is this? Is it little cheese? Looks incredible.
Positive way of saying she's going to bring what she did here somewhere else, so someone else will benefit also, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to look at it.
Are you going to be talking about that today?
I guess they told me I have to. I don't have a choice.
I look forward to that. You were a good singer.
I'll try. When I came to this country, you know, I was in Texas, that's where I went to school, and I had this communication class, and you know, everyone had to give a speech. And coming from Jamaica, if you know anything about Jamaicans, we are very lazy talkers. We like to cut words off. We hate to pronounce words because it takes too much word. If we have to put our thumb between our teeth and say "thee," we say "thee," because we don't wanna. It's too much work. So I went up and I had to give this speech, and somehow my speech was about something to do with North America. And all through the speech, I kept saying North America. At the end of my speech, you know, the lecturer, my professor, had this little note: you did a great job. However, in America, we say North America, not North America. So if by chance I keep saying something like that, you understand. That's my joke. We don't say North America in Jamaica. We say North America. Does that sound good? Okay. Anyhow, I just, you know, I had the privilege here of starting off. This is very informal. We don't have an agenda. We don't have anything formal. We didn't give out any flyers. We just invited you all to come out, enjoy this evening with us, and celebrate with us. Sad celebration, but you know, like any other thing, when we lose a loved one, we have to celebrate and make it a happy occasion. And tonight, this evening, we are here to celebrate the work of Lori. And see, I always tell Lori when I grow up, I want to be like her. I want to be as famous as, you know, that's one name that Waterbury knows. When you say Lori, everybody knows who is Lori. Who is Dalton? I was the chair for 3 years, nobody knows me. But Lori is, I always tell everyone, Lori makes me look great when I was the chair, and thank you, Lori, for that. You actually put me on the map. And I always, whenever I need a reference letter, who do I call? Lori. But when Christine was so generous, she's the boss now, you know. I'm only the old boss. She's the chair. So she sent out this generous note and said, who want to speak? I said a little note, I said, it would be disingenuous if I didn't say something, you know, about Lori. And she said, sure. And I said, sorry you gave me the mic today. But on a very serious note, I would be doing a disservice to Lori. And not just to Lori, but my entire family, my wife and my kids, if I didn't say something about Lori. Because not only, those of you who don't know, Lori is not just a partner, we're not just partners or co-workers or whatever, we're dear friends. Most of you don't know, me and Lori share a very deep friendship out of here. You know, how many of you get invited to her house and knows about her husband knife collection? He has one of the greatest knife collections. I tell him, I want that. He has to put that in my will. See, that's a joke that most of you don't know. So me and Lori and her husband, we share a very deep friendship, so I had to, do this for my family. But I had the privilege, though, of really knowing Lori now for as long as BTS existed. I mean, almost 10 years, getting close to 10 years. Because I came on, they invited me during the transition, when we were transitioning from the Policy Prevention Board. For those of you who have been in Waterbury forever, you know about the PPB, Policy Prevention Board. And so we were transitioning over to BTS, so they invited me to sit on that transition. And lo and behold, after the transition was over, they asked me to chair. And I got to chair this great partnership for 3 years. And by my side, I had Lori. Who could have asked for a better job? Who could have asked for an easier job? And I say to Lori has that inherent ability to just make you look good. She would just say, you are going to the Hispanic Coalition next week to speak to them. And I said, sure. I show up and I look great. But Lori has everything prepared. Lori, I have all the facts that I need to make sure they understand what we're doing at BTS. So Lori made my job so much easier. I wouldn't want to be Christine right now to have to deal, someone else. Sorry, but I'm glad I'm at the chair right now. But Lori, thank you for that. She has this ability to multitask that I don't know how she does it. Most of us who are managers at our companies or corporations or wherever we work for, we either be a manager, we can be a supervisor, we can be a director. Very few of us can be a supervisor, a manager, and a director at any given moment. I'm one of those who don't like to supervise because I don't like to deal with human resource issues, I don't like to deal with staffing issues. I'd rather just let me direct, let me think. Lori can do at any given point. The testament to that is what her staff will tell you, that she's a great supervisor. The testament to she's a great leader because she has built this BTS. She has put Waterbury in a position right now where we're all proud. I go everywhere. The mayor is proud to go to Hartford and say, I am the mayor of Waterbury because of what we have done at BTS under the leadership of Lori. And so let's give it up for Lori, just for that. The sad part of Lori leaving is I was given the task that nobody else won of leading a transition team or leading a group now to replace her. I'm like, this is not something that I go to bed every night and dream to wake up and be given a task to replace Lori. But somehow, Christine threw that my way, and again, I had nothing to say but sure. I'm not happy to do it, but every day I call Lori and I remind her about the task that she's given me. One, how do you replace Lori in Waterbury? So, but Lori, you have left your mark, your footprints, and everything we do here at BTS. You created it, and you always say this to me whenever we have one of our little private moments, that you love to build from the ground. You love chaos. You love to, when things doesn't look good, you put it back together, like a jigsaw puzzle. That's Lori. She doesn't want anything that's already done. She wants to create. And so, our loss in Waterbury, I'm pretty certain will be again somewhere in Massachusetts. And the good thing is that I know you will take what you have learned or what you have developed here in Waterbury and bring it to wherever you go. I know you will succeed in anything you try to do because you're Lori. You're just one of a kind. You're Lori. And on behalf of my family, my wife who, she wanted to be here. She called me and she said, tell Lori, I wanted to be there to hug her and tell her how much we love her, how much we're going to miss her in Waterbury, but she couldn't make it. So, Lori, on behalf of her, on behalf of the entire BTS posse, in Jamaica we call it posse. Everyone, we love you dearly. We will miss you. Waterbury is better because of you. Someone else will be better because of you. The Waterbury school system is happy because it's better because Darren is here. We're all proud. We are very happy Just one last thing before I go. In the past, when you Google Waterbury, none of us were very proud of what pops up on the screen. Now when you Google Waterbury, you see great things happening in Waterbury. You see about BTS, you see about the revitalization, the work the mayor is doing, the work BTS. That's what you see now, and all because of part of your leadership. Thank you, Lori. May the Lord bless you, you and your family, your husband. You got a good woman. Take care of her. And take care, do well, and we know you will succeed. And my prayers will always be to you. Thank you very much for all you do.
Sounds like you've reached the level of becoming one name. You know, Madonna, Prince, Lori. I'd like to invite Senator Hartley to come and say a few words. Hopefully we can all find some more words and accolades.
So I'm pleased to be here, but I'm quite frankly in denial. And so the truth is, we just finished probably one of the most tumultuous legislative sessions, and in fact it's not even finished. But anyhow, right at the end of it, we're going over my schedule, and they said, and there's going to be a farewell for Lori Hart. I said, what do you mean farewell for Lori Hart? Because I've kind of been under a rock for, the last however many weeks. And they said, well, it says farewell. Farewell for what? Because the truth is, Lori, as was so beautifully articulated, we can't quite imagine what it's like without you. The Policy Prevention Board, the Bridge to Success, how you have touched in such a personal way and professionally so many families, so many children, so many colleagues, professionals in the school and in the community. And so normally, in the legislature we have these things called citations, with these little gold emblems on them. And I know people are worried that even the state can't produce any more gold emblems anymore. There are a few left. But anyway, so in the flurry of all this, I say to you, and I'm here on behalf of the Waterbury delegation to thank you for what you have done for us. Quite frankly, in putting this together, putting it in such a place that it can carry on in a very well-established, rooted way. And so I don't have that little citation with me today, but rest assured it will be there because I guess the reality has now come upon me to see you here amongst everybody that it's really true. But truly, like everyone else in this room, I can't fathom Bridges to Success without you, but I know that we're in a good place because of you. So all of our best wishes and prayers. We know that you're going on to even greater, bigger things, but you have served us well and put us in a great place, and we are prepared to carry on the Lori Hart mission. And so yes, it is now a name and a brand, and it will always be with us. You have established the standard, and we will live up to it. But thank you so much for all you've done for us, and indeed, we are all, to a person, going to miss you. Best.
Okay, thank you. Now, I know Lori is just cringing. Where'd she go? Thought she left. We did take her out and promise Paula we were going to make this low key, informal, and yet I have a PowerPoint presentation. I'm not sure how to explain that. However, I guess I will explain. I'm going to try to, bring some levity, but also, we have to take advantage of a teaching moment to keep our partnership strong and understanding the philosophy that we're based on. which I've applied to Lori. So our faithful leader, let's see if I can get technology to work. Ooh, it does. So attribution. So some of you know I just got back from Florida, I don't know, it feels like 20 minutes ago. I think it was about 3 hours though. And I had a lot of time to either watch TV or to be thinking. So there were, it was quite helpful that there were things that resonated with me on this journey. So did anyone see Madam Secretary on Sunday night? Which, like, the world stops spinning when that's on. You know, you need to, it's very important in my parents' household. So, beautiful Tia Leone. And there was a really great line at the end of in a part of the show that really reminded me of the concept of attribution and how it relates to Lori. The Madam Secretary was supposed to go and give a graduation address and wasn't able to go, and she sent her speechwriter, who was in his 20s and thought he was, you know, this unimportant person, and you know, they would all be so disappointed that he was there. And yet he talked about and admitted that this may be the only time that he would be in the limelight. But what was really important is that he also pointed out that some of the greatest things have been done by people you have never heard of. So while we don't think of Lori in that way, since we've now coined her with the likes of Prince, Madonna, Beyonce, throw Beyonce in there. Oh, Elvis, that's a good one. In Lori's heart, that's how Lori sees herself, as the quiet person behind the scenes, making all the rest of us shine, and not the person who wants the attribution, the accolades. And that really is about changing the way we do business in this community. And I'm sorry we've disappointed you, because we've clearly placed a lot of attribution on your shoulders this evening. But we certainly are committed, and I think have done a good job. People spoke earlier about making it about the community and the work we do together, not the work and the recognition that we're doing singularly. So I appreciate that you exemplify this, and so we've learned this as a part of collective impact, as well as a part of your success persona. So common agenda. Lori taught us to have a common agenda. She brought us together to make decisions on priorities, indicators, she brought us training on results-based accountability. I can remember being in the basement over at the health department. And she gave us tools that we needed, and a facilitator. So, since this is a very important process, keep moving, very important process for you, to have the tools you need, a strategic plan. We don't want to leave you hanging, so we have here, where will you be 5 years from today? You can complete all of the pages. It'll help guide you what your indicators will be, how you will measure success. We expect a report card to be published. Don't forget accountability. And so we look forward to seeing that. Communication. Another important foundation of collective impact. So we could talk about the newsletter that Lori created, or the website, the Twitter page, and Facebook, and what an amazing job she has done with those tools. They are clues of the technology junkie that Lori really is at heart. And I would often get every couple of months, I'd get a new phone case, because I think she was, where's mine? Before Lori came to town. we're cahooted, and I made everyone do it at the meetings just so I could try to up-techie her, that's a word, so I didn't feel like I was living in the dark ages. I could find technology and be as cool as Lori. But communication is more than just the tools we use. Lori epitomizes this expression, use your personality to feed your soul. She just gave us quite an example. She's generous, kind, caring, graceful, patient, and best of all, obviously fun. We've learned this is really hard work. David talked about that earlier, and I appreciate learning from her that we can work hard at addressing these serious issues, but also find ways via a purple wig or some other ways to preserve ourselves in the process. And I thank you for that, because there were days we weren't so sure. While Lori seemed to be easygoing, don't ever try to get her to take notes on a lined piece of paper. She there is some rigidity within her madness. So I have provided plenty of graph paper for your next place of employment in case they're not so inclined to purchase for you. Oh, I'm not sure I didn't measure the... Love the flexibility. Lori also showed me how to simplify at times. So no matter what the occasion was, except apparently today, thanks for the disappointment here. No matter what the occasion, Lori would throw on a scarf, and she was never over or underdressed. She was always just right. So maybe you should put this on now, because no, it won't match. So with all that Lori has accomplished, with the help of our partnership, we have to assess utilizing a shared measurement, right? We're all about shared measurement. Yes, that doesn't match. So what I hear most often are issues of time, right? Our boss, our colleagues, our schools, they all want more time from us. Our parents need to spend more time doing this, and we can't spend 4 hours in a meeting. And so it often becomes a place marker for assessment. So if we assess the amount of time that Lori gave us, we could possibly determine her level of commitment and dedication to Bridge to Success. But how would we do that? Well, it just so happens that wanting Lori's time is a shared measurement both at home and at work. So, we have a clip to play. May I play it? Steve may never talk to me.
Well, can I?
You want? Is there?
Well, the kernel for this was that after a day when I had spent a few too many hours on work-related things, probably the only day of the year, but anyway, I had spent a few too many hours on work-related things, and so it was
On a weekend?
yeah, furiously working on work stuff. And he walked in with his guitar and played the first refrain of this. So you'll see the rest of it that he's since worked on for this particular
Yes, thank you. So lastly, I want to address the issue of a backbone organization, which we've heard about repeatedly, right, as an important concept in collective impact in the work we're doing. So Lori brought a level of organization that is second to none. The structure kept our meetings running smoothly and our work moving forward. So as I said, this weekend, this past 5 days was filled with lots of screen time for me. I'm seriously wondering, I think the market researchers hopefully have figured out that if they just go to Florida, you know, and they get lots of feedback without having to go to all sorts of places. But I enjoyed watching the movie As Good as It Gets again. Someone remember As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt, right? So while watching, I found the perfect summary spoken by Jack Nicholson. And no, or and yes, we can handle the truth. Because Lori, you've made me want to be a better person. And I think I can speak for everyone here that you've made us collectively want to be a better community. And that, Helen Hunt says, is the best compliment that one can ever receive. So thank you.
Well, I don't sing very well, and I don't know how to play the banjo or guitar, but that was awesome. You know, I was in my office, I wanted to invite you all in, they just had the Ellen DeGeneres show, just had Johanna Hayes on. Yeah, and she did a great job as usual, and
Of course, she's from Waterbury.
they gave her $20,000 for Kennedy High School. And I was really glad they gave her $22,000 for herself. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sad to be here today to say goodbye, but I'm very happy that Lori has made a decision and is moving on to other opportunities. When I first heard that Lori was leaving, I really was sad. You know, this room is filled with really incredible people. Everyone here gives so much back to this community, and without all of you, this town would be a much different, darker place in many ways. And Lori, when I first, I don't know, I think I was a captain or deputy chief or something, I was invited to sit on these Bridge to Success meetings up off of Cook Street up there, and we used to go to the meetings, and I used to listen to all these dreams, you know, and I'd say, oh man, these are really big dreams. I wonder if they're ever going to get to half of their goals. And the truth is, through all the collaboration, all the help from all the support from all of you, those real dreams really became a reality. And really kind of, when we were starting the PAL program, all this was going on at the same time. And, you know, I said, well, geez, you know, if they can do it, we can do it. And then if they can do it, we can do it, we can do it together. And so I think one of the things I learned the most from Lori and all of you here is that together we can make big differences. And working together in the beginning, right, wasn't so easy because everyone had their own little thing, and they were so worried about losing their own little thing and their funding sources and all the things that are involved. And so Bridge to Success and all of you here taught us over at PAL that you know, if we couldn't do it together, we would be so much less effective than we can be if we did it all together. And we learned that through Connecticut Community Foundation, we learned it through the Lever Foundation, and we've learned it through all of you in different ways. So I'm really delighted, though, that you're opening up other opportunities. Lori, I really believe in you, and we had a lot of fun together, and maybe we'll have more fun in the future on the next collaborative effort. But you know, we're here in the community, and we know the challenges here, and we know the folks in our community, especially those that need it the most. We're trying to provide so many different avenues, opportunities, and thought processes for our most underserved population in so many different ways. So I think that your impact on this community will be far-reaching for quite some time. And most importantly, everyone in this room seems to be so committed, and you were a great role model and teacher for all of us, and showed us the way to get things done, and for that we'll be forever grateful. So thank you, good luck, God bless.
Okay, thank you. I promise we're winding down. I promise to Lori, since we're all enjoying sharing our thoughts and feelings, it could go on for a long time, but we promised you informality, an informal event, right? So I'll bring Paula up to close us out.
It's wonderful to see all of you here. I think it's been clear from everyone that has spoken that Lori Hart's fingerprints are on every inch of Bridge to Success, and they will not be wiped away. They're going to last. As it has been said, she is in our hearts, all of our hearts, and we are so grateful to her. I cannot help but think now about how proud Lori's family, including Steve, must feel of the work that she's done. You know, Lori comes from a philanthropic family, a family rooted here in Waterbury. And I just imagine your grandfather, Harold, your grandmother, Ruth Ann. I wish that they could be here to see the love and respect, but we do have family here, and I'm so glad that you are representing the larger personal family of Lori Hart, to maybe convey back to everyone else that this woman has made a real difference here. And we are all immensely grateful. Look around the room. If you have ever if you now serve or have ever served on the Bridge to Success Community Council, raise your hand. A lot of people here. And among all the others are the partners, the collaborators, the co-conspirators that have made Bridge to Success what it is today. And the best thing that we can do is to carry on the work. And that's the best way we can honor Lori. Lori, I'd like you to come up because we have a gift for you from the Bridge to Success Community Council. I'd like to present it to you.
Looks like a treasure box. Is that a good guess? Lori Hart says. A little Boston getaway. You guys are so nice. So nice, and we'll be very close. As you may know.
Booked Steve's first gig.
Oh, yeah, good. So, it'll be, no, that's my visa bill. Yeah, right.
So Steve, we have a weekend getaway for you, for both of you, but certainly an appreciation for all the time, Steve, that you gave Lori to us. Thank you.
So I just want to say thanks, and I have a couple of words to say, but I prepared them so that I wouldn't forget to say what I needed to say. But I really never thought that this day would come, but it's here. So before we sail off to Salem, Mass, I want to say thank you all. With over 200 amazing parents, community members, city and school reps, and reps from organizations that serve children and youth. As much as I'd like to, I can't thank each and every one of you right now, but I am thanking you all. There are two special people I do want to call out, Steve Zappilli, wherever he went, even though right there, the singer, and Chris Durant, both of which, without whom, for various reasons, I would be lost. And of course, I so appreciate Andrew, who supports me in so many ways, and Christine and Dalton, who, as they kind of chronicled, have taken us through so many complicated paths to discover Waterbury's true calling, which is now this partnership. Many thanks to all of you who volunteer and have volunteered for BTS and its precursors, committees, teams, and events. My thanks to each of you who took the time to sit and chat with me when I was learning about Waterbury's charms and challenges. My thanks go to those of you who shared with me your hopes and dreams for your own children or for the city's youngest citizens. Thanks go to you, those of you who donated so much time, money, and other resources to make sure that together we crafted and now carry out this monumental system-changing mission of ensuring that Waterbury's youth succeed in school, work, and life. I have 100% confidence that as I leave, the partnerships, connections, and joint plans and work you've undertaken together will propel you forward and support the next phase of work. Waterbury's children and youth will benefit from your passion and expertise and will succeed. I just want to say thank you and farewell.
enjoyed the food and beverages and lots of hugs and farewell and enjoying the great place that our community is at. Thank you everyone for coming. Much appreciated.
I have abandonment issues, so how can you do this to me?